The University of Hyderabad is once again the site of a major student protest. This time, it's over 400 acres of land in Kanchagachibowli village, right next to the campus and right in the middle of Hyderabad's booming IT corridor. The Revant Reddy government wants to sell this land to IT companies. They say it's all government land and selling it could earn them thousands of crores. But students, faculty and environmentalists are pushing back because for them it's not just real estate. It's one of the last few remaining green lung spaces in Hyderabad.
It's emotional for all of us, for students especially. And I was an alumni as well, and I've been working now here for 20 years. The campus is my home, right, as much as it is everybody else's and every being's as well. So in that sense, since my student days, it's been 25 years on campus, and it's quarter of a century when I look back. During my MA days, I just want to give an example. There's a kind of green snake on pretty much on every tree you would see. And now I don't spot it at all, right? This argument that this land is not forest, officially it may not be classified as forest. It is classified as Porumbok, which is grazing land or something to that extent, right? But this biodiverse land, of which only deers and peacocks are most popular, but small green snakes like that, different kinds of frogs, hundreds of varieties of spiders I have photographed. So that kind of a biodiverse ecosystem being raised, bulldozed, is something that worries us totally. It's not just worry, but it's not just about the campus as well. I think people around are also worried because this kind of sustains much more than the campus.
Students are also worried about two lakes on campus, Buffalo Lake and Peacock Lake, and also unique rock formations like the Mushroom Rock. These are all part of the university's identity and ecosystem. While the Congress government has said they won't touch these lakes and rocks, many on campus aren't reassured. Protesters say that without clear boundaries or legal protections, even these natural features could be affected in the process of so-called development.
They have been calling this a land instead of calling it a forest, which is what it is. It's a forest, not a land. The entire 400 acres of land is a forest area. Since the JCBs have come, it's been not even a month, and the entire landscape has changed. It looks completely different now. Bulldozing goes on overnight. It went on when there were court holidays for Ugadi, for Eid.
The government keeps saying that this 400 acres doesn't include the Mushroom Rock and the two lakes. They say this will be developed as some heritage spots, and the natural ecosystem of the lakes and Mushroom Rock will be preserved. But what it is missing, this government's claim is missing, is that once they construct whatever they plan to around these regions, the catchment area will be totally obstructed. So without the rainwater coming to the lakes, with its natural path of flow obstructed, I don't see how the government can protect these lakes or the rocks. Already the lakes on the other sides of the campus have become sewage dumps from the high-rise apartments, right? Those citizens are also concerned that further such things shouldn't happen. So just by barricading the lakes and the rocks, I don't think that's the idea of biodiversity we are expecting. It's a healthy ecosystem which exists. Lake is part of the larger ecosystem, not by itself, but in its interaction with a whole lot of other things. So.
The government says there's no need to worry, that they've already worked with university officials to mark out the land and the lakes won't be touched. But here's the problem. The university's registrar has said that this conversation never happened. There was no demarcation, no official mapping. Just bulldozers arriving on campus and students scrambling to respond. This has led to disappointment not just with the government, but also with the university administration.
So
the admin, as of now, it has been completely complicit with regards to the land issue. The students have been protesting for quite some time, but neither the Vice Chancellor, nor the Registrar, nor the Dean of Students' Welfare has come out and addressed. We have seen a statement that has come out from the Registrar's office saying that the 400 acres of land, which the Telangana government claims is theirs, the survey for that land is not yet being done. And also the registrar is not even aware that such a thing is happening. So our question to the registrar is that if the registrar does not know that 400 acres of land is being taken away, how is the registrar allowing, how is the university administration allowing the JCBs and the bulldozing work to happen? Even as we were speaking, the bulldozing work is actively happening in East Campus. They are cutting down forest, they are clearing down forest, and as students go there to protest, there's a active Telangana State Police being deployed. On Sunday, 50 students were detained because they were protesting to stop the JCB work. So when we tried to contact the registrar clearly said that he has orders from the higher authority. The campus security was standing there, right there. Students were picked up from within the campus, not even from outside the campus. The answer that we have got from the Vice Chancellor is that the JCBs are here, the security is here only to maintain the law and order security. So I don't see what is the need for law and order here. We are campus students. This campus belongs to us, and we have been actively trying to fight the corporatization of the land, the corporate land loot. So the students demand answers from the administration, because this university is as much theirs as the university claims it's. So the registrar needs to come out and answer what is the university's stake on this land, what are the legal measures that the university is likely to take to contest the government's claim that the 400 acres belongs to them, and how is it moving forward. And one more demand, a very important demand that the student union has, is to remove the police and the bulldozers immediately from campus.
What started as a peaceful student protest has been met with a very strong police response. Detentions, arrests, and even an FIR. Police were even seen lathi charging on students on campus. What's unfolding at the University of Hyderabad is no longer just a land conflict. It's becoming a bigger confrontation between student voices and state power.
But the moment the Revant Anna statement came, that was there is no deer, there is no tiger, it's just foxes who are protesting. So it's our people only who are protesting. So we are in the union, 1100, 1200 people have voted us. Here also, we as a GS also, we get elected only. So taking on that note, we condemn the remarks. So we is clearly said in the government, we stand by the Congress broader idea of social justice and constitutionalism, but this remarks is insensitive. As we fail to persuade the government, on around 30th March, 30th March, bulldozer came. We just went to see what all is happening, not with the intent of protest, but on that day 60-70 students were detained, were brutally assaulted, women's clothes were torn. I myself was arrested. Along with me, Secretary Nakmila Ryan was arrested. We were taken to 5 kilometers away. There was a Kullu station. We were taken there. And there also we were forced to write a undertaking. We won't be taking part in protest, particularly regarding the land grab. Though we resisted, they have taken all our details, Aadhaar, parents' contact number, everything. We were released at midnight. So that, and meanwhile protest was happening, 50, 60, and also 2 people have faced FIR with the serious charges under the BNS. So there is where problem lies. This happened on the day of Ugadi. It was a holiday. Even if they would have wanted to proceed with the legal case, we would have been there for 3 days in police station. 3 days, because continuously 3-4 days was holiday.
The Chief Minister has called us cunning foxes. He has said that there are no deer on this campus. There are no tigers, he said, or there are no tigers, there are no deers, there are only cunning foxes. And all of it is a complete lie. We have been circulating images of deer and other more than 350 kinds of biodiversity that is present on this campus. So Rahul Gandhi's Mohabbat Ki Dukaan has been something that is being talked about here since the police violence happened. After the Rohit Vemula movement, we have worked very hard since the Rohit Vemula movement to keep this campus accessible, to keep it safe, especially for marginalized students. And Rahul Gandhi's huge promises in his Bharat Jodo Yatra, Radhikama also, he promised Radhikama. he made promises to the entire student community of University of Hyderabad to bring justice to Rohit Vemula. He keeps making promises about Bharat Jodo, about doing politics through love. And this Cyberabad police vans also have written on them duty, honor and compassion. And it's just baffling to us that this whole rhetoric of love and compassion is supposed to somehow hide all this violence, lathi charge, students' clothes being torn for just protecting their land. We are really trying hard to find where this love is in all of this, except in the students and the people of this campus and of Hyderabad's love for this forest.
The protest isn't just a campus issue anymore. What started inside the university is now resonating far beyond its gates.
Civil society role is very important in protecting the wildlife actually. It started with the students, but it gradually grabbed the attention of the civil society, and most of the influencers and the celebrities from the TFI actually responded on it, and it is very appreciable that people are responding, and we need more people to protect the wildlife. It is not only about the University of Hyderabad or it's for a student. It is about the lungs of the West Hyderabad, where it is lying around it, concrete jungle.
The matter is now in court, with petitioners arguing that the 400 acres of land in Kanchagachibowli qualifies as a forest and warrants legal protection. But on ground, this fight goes far beyond legal arguments.
Yes, on the 400 acres of disputed land, neither the university nor the teachers, university admin nor the students are claiming that this 400 acres is legally ours. No, we know that legality. But neither is the rest of the university in university's name. In that sense, every inch of this university land is government's, right? But the one question perhaps all of us should ask is, if the government owns the land, what does it mean? Is it the chief ministers? Is it a group of ministers? Is it not people's land if it's government land? Parambok, the way the land is classified, means it is grazing land, which is a common land, in the sense commons, village commons. So it belongs to everybody. Who are the stakeholders? When government says it is government land, aren't we the stakeholders? Not just the university, but the citizens of Hyderabad in general. So it's not about the legality of things, but it is about the ethical morality of the whole issue.
Environment issues unfortunately end up becoming to look like they are apolitical issues, but this is as political as it gets. So when we, all the students, ask people to be in solidarity with us from campus, from outside campus, our request and our demand is also that people stand in solidarity with us, keeping in mind this context, this history of encroachment. It's not just this one area of land that is being encroached. It comes in a series of events in which public education is attacked, people's lands are being encroached on, demolition happens everywhere. It seems as if the JCBs are unstoppable.
For the students and faculty at the University of Hyderabad, this issue is about more than just land ownership. It's about the kind of future we choose. Do we protect green lung spaces like Kanchagachibowli, or do we clear them bit by bit in the name of development?